Have you spent a good amount of time educating yourself about sleep, about insomnia, about the workings of the mind, and you are still feeling stuck? You're still struggling with sleep and all the emotions that come with the struggle. If so, this class is for you. I believe this may be the most important class I have to teach. So I am glad that you're here. Sorry, of course, that you're feeling stuck, but glad that you are here. And now, before we jump into it, just a little clarification. If you are new to this channel, new to our little ecosystem, then you're not stuck. You just haven't been educated yet. What I mean when I use the word stuck is having a great amount of understanding and still struggling. That's how I use the word stuck. Now, I'm going to share with you the number one reason that I find people feeling stuck in a second. But the reason I'm kind of dancing around it is the following. I think the moment I say what I think really keeps people stuck, a lot of people, maybe you are going to go like, oh, of course it was that. Like, I'm going to keep scrolling, I'm going to do something else. But please don't, because it isn't just after the reveal, if you will. That's when we're really going to get to kind of the golden nuggets in this class. We're going to understand that there has been some critique that you probably haven't understood yet. And understanding can be so helpful. So, please keep that in mind. Now, with that said, I want to say that what keeps us stuck more than anything else, and I've seen this many times during the years that I've been sleep coaching, truly is self-criticism. I've seen this so many times when I've had clients who have like really understood our teachings, but they're still struggling. It's always been self-criticism. In fact, it's almost embarrassing sometimes where I've had calls with people and everything they bring up, I said, that's just self-criticism. It's self-criticism. It's self-criticism because it just illustrates it is truly what keeps us stuck when we are educated. Now, again, what I really hope that you'll stay for is the disguised critique, because so many times we don't understand what self-criticism looks like. And two, also, the number two of this class is also going to be so helpful understanding why does self-criticism keep us feeling stuck? And then we can talk about the finding relief again. So these are the three sections of our class today. And let us talk with, again, the one I really hope this will give you like an aha moment, and is the disguised critique. And I actually last week in the Insomnia Immunity program, I had a call with a client. It was a group coaching call, but only one person showed up. So it became kind of a one-on-one call. And she shared with me that what I said, what I'm about to tell you, made her go like, if this is true, then I've actually been very critical of myself. She hadn't realized it yet. So I think that just illustrated to me this has a lot of practical value. So now the disguised critique really comes in the form of queries that look on the surface like logical, open-ended, exploratory questions that are just asking for an answer, but they are something entirely different from that. And I picked three very common examples, A, B, and C. And for A, we're going to look at this one. What am I doing wrong? I get this all the time. Somebody says, hey, Daniel, I've read your books 3 times. I've listened to like hundreds of hours of your videos, but I'm still struggling. What am I doing wrong? And what we're going to start with is looking at the built-in assumption, within the question, what am I doing wrong? We're going to like decipher it, if you will. So the built-in assumption here is I am doing something wrong. When we ask, what am I doing something wrong? We are assuming that we are doing something wrong, but we just haven't figured out what it is. So the built-in assumption is I'm doing something wrong. I just have to find out what that is. And here's the thing. If you take the first part of the section, I'm doing something wrong, that is self-criticism. It's plain and clear. We are critiquing ourselves. We're saying, I am doing something wrong. This is self-criticism. And the reality is you're not doing anything wrong. You are trying to help yourself. You're trying to educate yourself. So this self-criticism truly is not called for. Now, let's go to number B here, and I hope things will be more and more clear as we progress here through our sections. B, another very common question I hear is, why can't I just get this? Why can't I get this? Very common one. And what is the built-in assumption here? The built-in assumption in the question, why can't I get this, is that other people get it, but for some reason, this is impossible for me. Why can't I get it? And that, if we take a section from this built-in assumption, I can't get it, that's also self-criticism. It's us telling ourselves like, I'm unable to get it. I can't get it. This is self-criticism. And again, it is uncalled for, because in reality, you're doing your best. You're trying your best. You're trying to learn. And there is nothing in the world that you can't get. Now, C here is our last question, which is also very common. It says, it's like, why am I still not doing better? Like I've been learning, I've been educating myself for a second. Why am I still not doing better? Why am I not further along? And the built-in assumption here is something like this. I should have gotten further. I should be in a different place at this point. And if we kind of look further into this, we can see that there is what we're really saying here is something like, I'm not capable. I'm incapable of helping myself. And this is self-criticism. And the thing is, again, you are doing what you can. It is just the pressure coming from inside that is keeping you from arriving where you want to be, from that relief. And I've already sort of gleaned at where we're going next. But what I really wanted to highlight in this section was that, again, these queries that look like open-ended exploratory questions, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I get it? Why am I not further along? They are not just open-ended exploratory questions. They are self-criticism. They truly are. And just before we go to the next section here, if we put this all together, A, B, and C here, we get something like, I'm doing it wrong, I can't get it, and I'm unable to help myself. And of course, when we see that, when we see the way we're speaking to ourselves, that lends itself very easily to feeling stuck, feeling low, feeling like having this heavy feeling, right? So again, just illustrating where self-criticism leads us. But we have still not fully explored why self-criticism is so tricky and keeps us feeling stuck. So that's where we're going next here, understanding why self-criticism is keeping us stuck. So firstly, just imagine anything, any type of task in the whole entire world, and seeing that, doing that, whatever it is, would not be easy if you get like whacked on the fingers if you didn't do it well. I'm thinking like, any type of example, somebody says like, spell this word correctly, and somebody's standing, next to you with a, stick, and if you spell it incorrectly, you're going to get whacked on your fingers. That is not going to help you do anything well, right? And in our space, there's not like a mean teacher standing next to us or something like that. What we fear is actually whacking ourselves. What we fear in this space of leaving insomnia struggles is actually our own self-criticism. To illustrate that, I have some questions for you to be more specific. And one is this one. How likely are we to sleep well if we know that we'll be whacked if we don't? In other words, how likely are we to sleep well if we know that if we don't sleep well, the self-criticism is going to happen? It's going to be like, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I get this? What's wrong with me? And similarly, this one, how likely are we to feel relaxed and at peace if we know we will be whacked by ourselves if we don't feel relaxed or at peace of mind? Same thing. It's that self-criticism is the thing we're so scared of that keeps us from arriving where we want to be. And think about it this way, like punishment does not help us with tangible things when we actually have a great element of control, like the example of like spelling things, or something like, or something even more mundane, like write the word orange as quickly as you can. Like, if somebody's standing with you, like ready to whack you, you're going to be so nervous that you're not going to write it quickly, right? So even when it comes to mundane tasks where we have control, punishment doesn't help. And then, imagine then how this kind of like punishment, if you will, what that does when what we want is actually the result of effortlessness and peace of mind. What we want is sleeping well and having peace of mind. And those are like, we don't have control there. So it's even more difficult when there is this element of self-criticism present. So I hope at this point you'll have seen places where you've been critical of yourself that you didn't realize, and two, fully understand how this can keep us stuck. We cannot really arrive where we want to be when failure to arrive there is going to result in some criticism, right? So with this in mind, what we want to is, of course, finding relief, finding peace of mind. And how do we arrive there? It's probably already very clear to you, I hope it is, that it is self-kindness. Self-kindness, self-compassion, whatever we want to call it, being gentle with ourselves really, really helps. Now, with that in mind, things can be tricky because self-kindness is not, whacking ourselves when a question like, what am I doing wrong pops up. If you have tuned into this class and you're like, aha, open, this is self-criticism. What am I doing wrong is self-criticism. And then that thought pops up like, what am I doing wrong? And then you go like, why am I thinking, what am I doing wrong? No, this is not the way. Rather, it is recognizing that every thought, every feeling, every sensation, every aspect of this journey really comes from a brain that just wants us safe, that loves us and wants to keep us from danger. That is where everything comes from. And we become this observer, we become accepting, we no longer criticize ourselves for anything we think, feel, or experience. That leads to where we want to be when there is no longer a place of feeling stuck, and we arrive at a place of peaceful sleep and peace of mind. I hope again that this was a real reveal for you. Please let me know in the comment section what you thought. And if you are finding yourself actually unstuck and on your path to where you want to be, that is wonderful. Please share that also. That's so nice to hear in the comment section. On the flip side, if things are not that easy, if you're feeling alone, not like yourself, and you would like some more help on your path to where you want to be, then please head over to thesleepcoachschool.com. Check out our coaching options. And if you decide to join, we look forward to seeing you on the other side. That said, I'll conclude for today. Look forward to having you back real soon. Bye for now.